The show is about to begin.
Today is February 27th, 2023, and the Yankees are under the lights for the first time this season as they welcome the Detroit Tigers to Tampa. Luis Severino, pitching in his contract year, makes his first start of spring training. My recap and your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
In this episode, Derek sets his electric razor wrong and accidentally cuts off his beard. How's it going, everybody? The Yankees are back. They have won now 3 games this spring. And say what you want about the pitch clock, but 2.5 hours, not too bad. Not too bad at all. So think about how recent January 27th feels like. That's the same distance that we are from opening day. 31 days, and there will be baseball at 161st and River Avenue. Tonight, a lot of the big names were out of the lineup. No Judge, no Giancarlo Stanton, no DJ LeMahieu, no Anthony Rizzo, no Jose Trevino, and no Oswald Peraza. However, some interesting storylines to keep an eye on nonetheless. Severino was making his spring debut. He's noticeably stronger, especially in the shoulders and the upper back. He obviously had to bulk up to wear that gigantic gold and diamond number 40 medallion that he had hanging off his neck. That thing looks like it cost more than my house. Tough first inning, gave up 3 runs, including a long 2-run home run to center field. You know, he was kind of missing up in the zone, but that's not that unusual for spring training. 45 pitches, 30 strikes. He wasn't bending his back, I don't think, as much as he usually does during his follow-through. Something that you'll hear with pitchers a lot, especially young pitchers, if you go to a Little League game or if you go to a high school game, you'll hear the coaches or the parents or the teammates yelling for the pitcher to follow through and finish their pitches. And the reason why pitchers sometimes don't follow through with their motion is because they're watching where the ball goes, and that can leave you with kind of a stiff upper back and prevent you from finishing off your pitch. And professional pitchers are not immune from doing that. And it was pretty clear that Severino was kind of watching where the pitch was going in the first inning, and that was causing him to miss high. He seemed to correct it in the second inning a little bit. But anyway, he wasn't great. 2 innings, gave up 4 runs, but the stuff looked pretty decent. 97, 98 with the fastball. It's spring. It doesn't count. So get those cobwebs off now. And hopefully he'll improve as the spring goes along. We got to see Anthony Volpe, and interesting, he was playing second base tonight. Of course, he's in the shortstop competition. One of the things that I noticed about him is that he swings at the first pitch a lot. He did it against the Jays the other day. He swung at the first pitch and grounded into a double play in his first at-bat tonight. His second at-bat, he swung at the first pitch, didn't put it into play. Second pitch, he swung again and bounced into another double play. So one thing that you're seeing from him more so than other Yankees prospects, specifically Jason Dominguez, who we'll talk about in a minute, is that he doesn't seem to want to see a lot of pitches. You know, he's more of a see ball, hit ball kind of guy, which has its advantages and its drawbacks. Its advantages is you probably won't strike out as much because you're aggressive and you're putting the ball in play. But the disadvantage is you don't always get the best pitch to hit. So, hey, look, hopefully he just learns to, be a little bit more patient. I think you got to see more than 3 pitches in a game, especially with runners on base. But he looked like a natural at second base. He got a couple of ground balls early, made good, strong throws to first. All you can ask for, really. In the fourth inning, the infield was in with the bases loaded, or might have been second and third. Anyway, ball was hit to his left, hit pretty hard. He made a nice snare and then made a strong, accurate throw home to nail the runner from third. Thought that was a nice play. We got to see Oswaldo Cabrera today. He picked up an RBI single in the first and made a pretty nice play over there at third base in the top of the fifth. We got to see Harrison Bader today. He picked up a sac fly. He looked good. He's having a good spring so far. All right, I want to talk about Dominguez now because he came in the seventh inning. He came in for Harrison Bader. And we got another very impressive at-bat from Jason, who didn't start but got some time under the lights. So, one of the things I noticed from him is that he has really good at-bats. He takes a really close pitch outside there, takes another close one inside, doesn't even offer at it. This next pitch, he swings through, kind of shakes his hand. I got some Benintendi flashbacks, but turns out it's just a little bit of pine tar. Next pitch, he sits back on it and lines it right back from whence it came, base hit up the middle. So let's watch all of that in slow motion again, because I want to break it down. This is that first pitch, sinking, tailing away off the plate, takes it. This one, the catcher set up outside, looked like a breaking ball down and in, maybe a changeup. He takes it, just spits on it. This next one, you can see the catcher set up right over the middle of the plate. Dominguez goes after it. Looks like he got a piece of it. It was a changeup. He was a little bit early, fouled it off. And then, I got the heart pumping when he started shaking his hand, but glad to see he was okay. And then the next pitch, you'll see, he kind of sits back on it. Really good balance. And then bam, right up the middle for a base hit. So I got to say, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Jason Dominguez so far. Yankees ended up rallying for 4 runs in the bottom of the seventh to take a 6-5 lead. Dominguez actually walked in his next at bat, although the pitches weren't as close. It's only spring training, but it is what you want.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win. You're a winner.
Now, I want to make it clear. If this was the regular season, I would not do this. There were a lot of players that could have gotten the belt today, but I didn't have pictures for most of them. So I'm going with the guy who I thought was the most fun to watch, and that was the great at-bats from the Martian. So let's give him the belt, if I can find the button. It's spring training for content creators, too. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. So I want to hear what you guys thought of tonight's game. Obviously, not a lot of star power in the lineup, and for that reason, we're not going to do a 30-minute stream. But it was good to see some of the younger guys get in there. Obviously, we went over Dominguez. He was fun to watch. Volpe's arm, very accurate. Severino, I think, looks healthy. I think that's the most important thing. He didn't have a great spring last year, if memory serves correctly. But as long as he's strong and healthy, I got to think he's going to be Luis Severino. We got to get the slider going. He didn't throw the slider that much today. The fastball can get better. Usually when he's really got it going, it's 99, 100 miles an hour. Tonight it was 97, 98 a few times. But like we said, missing with his command. Aguilar, Catherine Soros says Aguilar was fantastic. He made a great throw home to nail the runner. Let's see here. Douglas Frau says, it took you so long to find the button, the umpire would have given you a strike call under the new rules. I like it. Liang says, can merch be shipped to Taiwan? I'm not sure. I think so. It's through Shopify. Everybody, if you're interested in the merch, I added some new stuff tonight, which, it might not be a bad night to go look at the new store and kind of browse around a little bit. I think it can be shipped to Taiwan. I don't know for sure, but I would imagine it could be. So let's go to NYY Recaps. NYYRecaps.shop. And we'll go take a look at some merch. So this is something that I worked on a lot this winter. This is the new store. So you see we got hats, we got t-shirts, we've got some original artwork. We've got a lot of good hoodies. I'd say the coasters are probably my favorite. The All Rise collection is excellent. Put up some new stuff tonight. So we've got this classic Aaron Judge silhouette, which I kind of modeled after the Air Jordan brand. You know, there's two different designs. You can get the solo silhouette, or you can get the All Rise with the silhouette in the middle. We have hats, we have hoodies, we got t-shirts. We got the 62. That's his actual 60-second home run swing that we turned into a silhouette. This is a pretty good one with the corner right here. The small logo up in the corner. We got this poster. I've actually got this poster hanging on the walls from that little documentary I did last year. And I think, let's see what we added tonight. I think we added something here tonight. Yes, so we added this beanie, which we got a couple of versions of, and an Aaron Judge coaster, and a mug, and then like an enamel tea mug. We got also a reversed version of the hoodie and the hat. So, you know, I hope you guys get a chance to check it out. I worked pretty hard on it. Let's go back to the main screen. All right, let's take some of your comments. Ariadna says, do you think the pitch clock would stay for a long time? Some fans are not liking it whatsoever. Well, you know, it's up to fans to adjust. You know, when they added the shot clock in basketball, people didn't like it. But it's already knocking off about a half an hour off of the games. It makes doing the post game a little bit tougher because I got to put everything together a little bit quicker. But I got to say, I like the crispness of guys getting right back in the box. You saw Dominguez, after he swung and missed, just got a little bit of pine tar and right back in the box. You're seeing pitchers work quickly. Severino's a guy who always works quickly anyway. But I think when guys are working quickly, it keeps all the defense on their toes. Guys tend to be in a better rhythm. That's something that Paul O'Neill has talked about a lot of times, that when the pitcher is establishing a quick pace, it kind of keeps you in a rhythm. And he's a guy who would know about rhythm. He's a drummer. But I like it so far. I like the bigger bags. I think you're going to see more stolen bases, and I think the stolen bases are exciting. You know, it's been a long time since the Yankees have had somebody who swiped a lot of bags. And just by, oh, we got a kitty here. Hang on a second. Come here. Come on. Oh, he doesn't want to be on camera. You know, just by, being a smart base runner, you can steal bases. And guys who get those good jumps are going to swipe a lot of bags now. You remember Paul O'Neill was not fast, but in his final season, I think he stole 20 bases just because he was so good at reading pitchers. I think Volpe's kind of got that ability, but he's also got the speed, which is why you're going to see him be very, very aggressive on the bases this year. Let's see here. Got a couple of more comments. Lori C says she likes the quick games.
I wholeheartedly agree.
I like them too. Josh says, hey, you shaved. Yeah, I opened up. So on my electric razor, I had the button pushed in too far. I had forgotten that I dropped it. And I usually keep it on the same length, and so it was messed up. And so, without thinking, I carved like a base path in my beard, and I was like, God, now I got to shave the whole thing. Oh well. Frankie says highlight of the night was Michael Kay saying that Jeff Nelson could wear a Speedo. All right. Doug says, remember how quickly Mark Burley worked? I was always hoping at some point he would be a Yankee. I always loved Mark Burley. One of the most impressive things about Mark Burley was that he threw a perfect game, and then the following start, I think he took a perfect game until like the 4th or 5th inning. He might even have the major league record for most consecutive batters retired without a walk or a base runner. He's definitely up there approaching the record if he doesn't have it. And, you know, in terms of baseball records, Pete Rose said the one record that will never be broken was Carl Hubble, who threw back-to-back no-hitters. Because to break that record, You got to throw 3 in a row. You can't throw 2. All right. Dexter wants to say hello. This is the new mascot. You might remember during right before Game 3 of the ALCS, we lost Joba, the gray fluffy cat who was always around. This is Dexter, and he is not as snuggly thus far, but he's a good guy. He's going to be my baseball buddy this year if he'll cooperate. But, guys, I had a ton of fun. Yankees now 3-1
Game over, man.
on the
Game
spring.
over. I gotta get out of here.
Got to do the sign-off dance. First belt ever for the Martian. And Josh Pedraza.
You gotta go, you gotta go.
This Jason looks like he belongs.
Most impressive.
And Jared says, will Aaron Hicks have a bounce-back year, or will he be terrible again? My guess is terrible. I should have given him the belt for taking the night off. I'll see you guys next time.
Hey everybody, if you've made it this far, we thank you. If you'd like to support NYY Recaps, please like and subscribe, or pay a visit to our Shopify store for some great Yankees merch.
Yes.
If you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the description. But if you're listening to the audio version of this podcast, just visit NYYRecaps.shop. If you really want to support NYY Recaps and help keep the show going year after year, join up as a member.
Join us.
It's $5, and members get their names up in lights during each post-game show. We're also on all podcast platforms, Instagram and Twitch this year. So give us a follow if you use any of those platforms. We're expanding, and we have you to thank for making this such a great community. We'll see you next time.
It is your destiny.
Case closed. Ball game over.
Most impressive.